Yo, this is Real Talk E. Welcome to the Locker Room. We talk nothing but basketball. Now, the NBA season is officially over, ladies and gentlemen, and it ended the same way I predicted it was going to end in the first video on this channel. When we were watching the pre-games and the preseason games and all those, little games before the season that did not really matter but mattered in a way, I came out here and I said the Nuggets look like the best team on paper. And with the leadership of Jokic and Jamal Murray, they will win the NBA championship this year. And now, at the end of the NBA Finals, the 2023 NBA champions are the Denver Nuggets, led by Nikola Jokic and Jamal Murray. Exactly what I said was going to happen, happened. And what did I say in the beginning in that first video, too? I said the key for them to win is going to be Michael Porter Jr. and Aaron Gordon. What happened this finals? Aaron Gordon took over last game, and this game was Michael Porter Jr. They needed him to win by any means possible. And before we talk about everybody's individual performance and everything else that happened, let's talk about the game. To start it off, we had the first quarter. In this first quarter, ladies and gentlemen, the Heat come out and they come out super aggressive. They take a lead and the Nuggets fight back. They take an 8-point lead, and out of nowhere, the Heat's defense locks in, their offense locks in, and they go on and regain their lead. They fight back from being down 8 and come back and take the lead going into the second quarter. Nuggets had like a whole lot of turnovers here in the first quarter. They were not playing like they really wanted to win this game. I was actually afraid that the Nuggets might lose this game because of how like much they were lacking in terms of heart and in terms of just wanting this game, just wanting to win, wanting this championship. They were not playing with that aggression. Jokic, Aaron Gordon pick up 2 quick fouls in the first quarter. They had to sit, and the Nuggets struggled. Second quarter comes upon us, and at this point, I'm thinking if the Nuggets don't get it going here in this second quarter, if they can't find a way to score, if they can't find a way to play defense and stand in front of the Heat and make sure that the Heat feel them, this game might be over within the first half. What happened during the second quarter? Some grit and grind type of game. I mean, this quarter was amazing. Neither team had a 30-point quarter this entire game. And we had Michael Porter Jr. start going to the basket, abusing the basket, going straight to the basket every single time. He knows his shot wasn't falling, so you know what he kept doing? He kept going to the basket, what every NBA player, every basketball player should be doing. If your three-point shot is not falling, if your jumpers are not falling, get to the basket. And he was doing that. And not only was he doing that, he was getting rebounds. The man in the first quarter has 7 points and 6 rebounds. I believe he ends the half with like 9 or 10 boards. That is one of the best things you could have imagined to happen, and anything that you could have wanted from a player that you gambled on and put all of your cards in and basically grew and stood by his side through all his setbacks and all of his injuries. He showed up for you this game. And he played hard. He was all over the court. And in this second quarter, it was the Heat. The Heat were clicking on all cylinders. I mean, from three, from just getting to the basket. Their defense gave the Nuggets some trouble. Aaron Gordon came back in. He fouled again. He had to sit out. The Nuggets were basically in shambles. The Heat were going to get whatever they wanted. They were getting calls at any given moment. I mean, the refs were trying their best to give this game to the Heat. They were trying to give this game to the Heat by any means possible. And you can sit here and say it was the refs' fault that the Heat were even in this game, which is kind of true. But the Nuggets were not helping themselves. They had a lot of open shots, right? Their shots were not falling because they were too much into their head. They were thinking too damn much. In the first, I think, half, for a while, they were like 1 for 13 or 1 for 14 from three. And that only 3-point make came from Nikola Jokic, who basically sat out most of the first half. After Aaron Gordon fouls out in the first half, basically he was in foul trouble. He had to sit out. 3 fouls, whatever, he had to sit out. Jokic comes back in, and the Nuggets onslaught begins. The Heat went up by 10, and the Nuggets fought back, closed in within 4. Heat kept fighting. Nuggets fight back. The Heat and the Nuggets first half ends with the Heat up by 7 points. Now here's what I'm thinking. If Jimmy Butler comes out aggressive in this third quarter, the Heat are winning this game. If the Nuggets do the Heat like how they were doing the Suns and the Lakers, where they come out in the third quarter and they basically show up and show out, the Nuggets are winning this game. Third quarter comes, and basically, long story short, it was all Nuggets. This is when the Nuggets defense started to turn up. This is when they started to lock in defensively. This is when their offense started to fall and basically come together. My fault. Their shots started to fall, and this is when everything for the Nuggets started going right. They were playing defense. The Heat was struggling. The Nuggets were super aggressive, super scrappy. Jokic became a lot more aggressive now that he's no longer in foul trouble. They were having their hands in the passing lanes. They were getting blocks. They were doing whatever they can to win this game. This third quarter was Nuggets basketball. This third quarter was what I expected when I saw the Nuggets on paper in the beginning of the season. This third quarter was the reason why the Nuggets won this game. The Nuggets, after playing hard, after having Michael Porter Jr. basically get to the basket so many times, he gets a crazy fast break bucket where he puts it between his legs and gets it up and it goes in. Boom, right? Next possession down the court, he hits a 3. He's hot now. And earlier, before all that, Jamal Murray hit a corner 3. Jamal Murray was struggling this entire game. When it mattered the most, the Nuggets 3-point shots started falling in. There was a lot of times in the third quarter where the Nuggets come back and they tie the game and the Heat take the lead. The Nuggets come back, tie the game, and the Heat take the lead. And then after the Jamal Murray 3, after the Michael Porter Jr. 3, it was pretty much Nuggets. They got the momentum, and you kind of felt it. You felt the Nuggets are going to do the same thing that they did to the Suns and that they did to the Lakers. They're going to come back in the third quarter. They're going to fight their way back into the game. They're going to tie it, and once they tie it, it's over. You're going to lose the game. There's about a minute left in the third quarter, and coach decides to sit Michael Porter Jr. out. Nuggets struggled in this last minute. They couldn't get a shot to fall. I believe that he might have got one shot to fall. It was like a layup or something like that. And this is when I was thinking to myself, why would you sit out Michael Porter Jr.? He was just starting to get hot. He was just heating up. Why would you sit him out in this last minute? If I'm the Nuggets coach, Mike Malone, I'm keeping MPJ in the game for that last minute. And I'm going to try to get him one more shot. He just hit a 3. I'm going to try to get him another one. Because if he could hit one more, that fourth quarter is going to be deadly. Even if it's not a 3 and it's like a mid-range shot, it's going to be deadly. Regardless, we go to this fourth quarter, and now the Nuggets come out clicking on all cylinders. They're here trying to shut everything down. There's a whole lot of defense. They're getting blocks. They're all up in people's bodies. They're getting physical. Jokic got his hand like damn near out every single rebound. He's crashing the boards. He's big body and Bam Adebayo pushing him out the way, doing everything you gotta do to get the ball. And then Jokic starts hitting shots. He made a couple of shots, and the defense of the Nuggets forced the Heat to basically not score a single bucket within 5 minutes of this fourth quarter. 5 minutes. The Heat could not score. Now, mind you, the Nuggets couldn't score neither. There was a time in this fourth quarter where both teams were blocking each other's shots. It was like a drought, but the defense turned up. The intensity of defense was at a very high level. There were blocks, there were steals, there were a whole lot going on. And all this was to stop the Nuggets from scoring, and the Nuggets were trying to stop the Heat from scoring. And what ends up happening? The Heat finally get Jimmy Butler going. The man goes on a 13, basically nothing run. 13 nothing run. It was a 9 nothing run. Bullshit ass call, by the way. I mean, he hit 2 threes. And then they're going to call a foul on Aaron Gordon where Jimmy Butler kicks out. How is that a foul on Aaron Gordon? I don't understand it. It made no sense. Regardless, Jimmy Butler hits all his free throws. I believe he gave the Heat a 1-point lead. Now the Nuggets are trying to hold on to this 1-point lead by any means possible. It's scoring back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And then the Heat missed a couple of shots and the Nuggets converted on the other end. And not only that, when it mattered the most, KCP again hits a dagger 3. He did it last game, and this game he does it again. And not only does he hit a dagger 3 with about 25 seconds left, I think it was 25, he get the ball, they're trying to make a play, and KCP gets the steal of the season. He pretty much saves the Nuggets' whole season right here with this one steal. And the Nuggets win the game. He took a couple bad shots to end it. They took a 3. They were down by 3 with like 14 seconds left, I believe it was. Very stupid shot. I mean, I would go for the 2. A lot of time left. Play the foul game. Go back for the quick 2. Whatever. It is what it is. The Nuggets missed a lot of free throws this game. I would, play the foul game down the stretch. But they chose not to foul after that. The last, 10 seconds or so, it was the Nuggets dribbling it out. It was over. The game was done. The Heat pretty much couldn't get it done. It was GG's. And what did I tell y'all yesterday? I told y'all in yesterday's video, the Nuggets were going to win this game. And not only that, this game was going to be very, very close. I told you this game was going to be a very close game. The Heat were going to keep it within 5. Clutch buckets were going to need to be made in crunch time. And the Nuggets were going to win. And what happened today? The same exact thing. Come on, bro. Subscribe to the channel. I'm really him. Like, all these predictions. Go throughout the channel for this playoffs and look at how many predictions I got right. Stop playing with me, bro. Stop playing with me. When I say something's going to happen, something's going to happen with this basketball shit, bro. I really do this. I don't just give predictions off of someone else watching the game for me. I really watch the game and I know what's going on. I told y'all it was going to happen. And nobody said I've been on the Nuggets bandwagon because I told y'all from the beginning of the season they're going to win a championship. Come on, bro. Stop playing with me. And Jimmy Butler, a terrible game. You gonna wait till there's like 3 minutes left for you to finally get going? If your ankle was really in pain, then why the hell weren't you so like in pain the last 3 minutes of the game? All we really needed from you was 1 quarter, Butler. 1 quarter. And you couldn't do that. Maybe Stephen A. Smith was right. I don't know, bro. He played terrible this game. Terrible. This is probably one of the worst Jimmy Butler games in the playoffs this year. Probably one of the worst. Played terrible. And I don't want to, oh, his ankle, da-da-da. Bam got his ankle hurt. Jamal Murray got his ankle hurt. Jokic got his ankle hurt. Everybody is injured. It's the NBA Finals. Watch, tomorrow everybody's going to be getting surgeries. Cut it out. Now, with that being said, congratulations to the Nuggets. Congratulations to Nikola Jokic, Jamal Murray, and everybody else on this Nuggets team that finally won a championship. The only player with a championship on this team, I believe, was KCP. So and now everybody got one. Congratulations, bro, to everybody on this team. Jokic, when they asked him at the end of the game, you are now finally a champion. How does this feel? He said, this feels good. Job is done. Could finally go home. This is a leader, bro. Like somebody that is sitting here and he's telling you, I worked so hard. None of the other stuff mattered, but now this right here matters. You saw everybody crying, everybody with their families. It was great to watch, bro. They deserved it. At the podium when they were talking and they were giving out the Larry O'Brien trophy and the Bill Russell trophy to Jokic, Finals MVP. They asked Jokic, like, how do you feel? He said, we win for one another. I win for Jamal Murray. Murray wins for, I think he said Aaron. Everybody wins for somebody. You win for your people. You win for the guy next to you. He could have said, I won for that. He said, no, we win for the guy next to us. He don't really use the word I. It's always we. How do you not want to play for a leader like this? Jamal Murray, they asked him, you injured yourself basically in 2020. You had to sit out for 2 years where your team struggled and lost, and you guys could have made it to the finals a couple of times by now and won a championship maybe once or twice. How does it feel now? And he low-key teared up, bro. He got his feelings, and rightfully so, bro. And I saw somebody watching from the crib. I was like, yo, bro, cry, bro. Let it out, bro. Let it out. Just cry. You deserve it, bro. You worked so hard to get here. You did what you can in these finals, even though you struggled a lot on score, like in terms of scoring. You tried to impact the game in a lot of other ways. You stood your ground, and a lot of times on defense, even though they try to pick on you. I mean, you try, bro. And they won the championship, bro. Congratulations to them. I'll probably have a second video coming out tomorrow about, Nuggets, the Heat, Jimmy Butler being, very disappointing in these finals. But it is what it is, bro. It's time for y'all to let me know what y'all think down below. Like, comment, subscribe, and share. This is Real Talk with E, and it's time to leave the locker room. I'm going to catch y'all. Safety, my hearts.
Irving puts it up. It's good. Kyrie Irving from downtown. The officials have to review it. And the Lakers win the game. Banks it in. He banks in the three. To win it. Good. That's why he's NBA All-Defensive Team. Adebayo, sky high with the block and rejection. This is for the win. Got it. Wow. at 7. Working against Butler. Got down.